I have added that about Accurex in my presentation also. So I'll just give a brief introduction about me. So this is Dr. 𝗏𝗃𝗃 here. So I did my PhD in bioelectronics and biosensor, and I worked in IIT Kanpur for 2.5 years as a project scientist. And I moved to United States to University of Maryland, Baltimore County as a visiting researcher. And then I got promoted to visiting scholar in Old Dominion University with the same professor. And then I got a job in New Delhi in Brig Nano System. I moved there as a senior scientist, and now I'm working as a plant head in Accurex Biomedical. So here we have a factory here running. So I'll explain those things in my PPT, and I'll also explain about Accurex in our PPT also.
Just to kind of a personal linkage is that I went to University of Maryland also.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Not UMBC though. I went to UMCP. But
yeah. It's like 30 miles away from there, I think.
I know.
Yeah. So can I share the presentation?
Absolutely, please.
Sure. So can everyone see my PPT?
Yes.
Yeah. So very good morning once again to everyone. So I would like to thank CCAMP-InDx for providing us this opportunity to pitch in about Accurex as well as about our new product. So I would like to, okay, so this is the basic index of the presentation which I'm going to give today. So first I'll introduce about Accurex and what is our mission, vision and values. And I'll also speak about our infrastructure, our team, products, distribution networks, about the core product that I'm going to pitch in today. And we are going to speak about our customers as well as the certifications that we got. So moving ahead. So I just wanted to give a brief introduction about Accurex, like what exactly is Accurex and when it was started, everything. So like in Accurex, like Accu is accuracy and Rex is king. So we just want to be accuracy king in diagnostic market. May it be a IVD based reagent or kit, or may it be a point of care device. So like this is our main agenda. And the Accurex was established in 1984, and it was started by Mr. Anil Thakur, and he's the father of our current managing director, Mr. Abhinav Thakur. And like Accurex, as of now, it is a 38 years old company running stably, and we have seen a lot of development throughout the year. In my presentation, that part is already covered, so I'll explain that there. So our mission, vision, and value. So the base mission of Accurex is diagnose with confidence for a healthier world. So for any diagnosis company, I mean, not only for Accurex, for any diagnosis company, we feel that this should be their mission. So the vision for Accurex is very keen. So we just wanted to be in top 3 position in medical diagnostics industry. And our values are honesty, like accuracy that comes with honesty, and perseverance, prosperity, as well as innovation. So innovation is something I'll be also talking in the presentation. So what infrastructure we have? Like we have a corporate office in our corporate office is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, like where our basic like HR managers, managing directors sit. We also have our we have 2 factories running currently. One factory is in Boisar, Maharashtra, where we make all IVD reagents, kits, etc. And we also have a factory here in Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone, Visakhapatnam, where we are working on 2 things. One thing is developing new products, like doing R&D for new products. Second thing is we have a factory running, on inline production running for glucose strip and glucometer. And all our facilities are state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities. We comply with GMP, FDA guidelines, ISO 13485 certification is something that we have, and we also have CE mark. So this is our team. So we have 100+ sales and service team, and we have a total of 200+ employees, like working on various departments, and most of the team members are missing in this picture. So because this picture was taken a bit old, like currently, like every year we keep on increasing in numbers. So that is something that we are contributing for India also. So With this, I also wanted to proudly say that Accurex is also a part of Stanford Seed Company. So Stanford Seed is nothing but a training which is given by Stanford, and the Seed is the program that they conduct. So in Stanford Seed, they teach us on they kind of train us on how to develop a company and develop the economy, and which, I mean, this will not only help the growth of Accurex, this will also help in the growth of India as well as Indian economy, because we produce good, we manufacture good quality products from the inputs that we get from like universities from Stanford, and we apply those formulas here and to make this Accurex as well as Indian economy better. So with this, I'll also speak about the current products that we have. So we have like variety of products, like we have 100+ products in our portfolio. Like we have multiple reagents, we have instruments, analyzers, point of care devices, rapid test kits, urine analysis kits, etc. And these are the type of kits that we have. We have clinical chemistry reagents also, like we have AutoZyme, Infinite, AutoPures, and we have semi-automatic devices, and we have a 𝗓𝗏 called fully automated analyzer, and we also have a hematology CBC 360, and recently we have launched a 5-part CBC 500 analyzer. This is a new product which we launched a month or month before. So, and this is something that we are mainly focused into in recent years. So we also have launched a new glucometer in the branding name of Xpress Gluco Plus. And these are our varied point of care devices that we have. We have Accurex CQ analyzer, we have a hemoglobin meter, that is 𝗬𝗏𝗏 meter. We also have India's first handheld HbA1c meter, which is US FDA approved. And we also have a uric acid testing benchmark meter. We also have a urine analyzer, and we also provide the safety lancets, because now the world is moving from multi-lancet to safety lancet for increased safety and security. And we also have apart from point of care, we also have like multiple things for rapid based kits also. Like we have a malarial pan, we have a panel for dengue, syphilis, and 𝗏𝗃𝗔 and HIV and HCV. So apart from that, we also have drip strips for keto test, and we also have it for multiple other things. And we also have a urine analyzer which can detect up to 14 parameters in a single time. So that is something that we have launched. So with this, like we have a distribution network like throughout the globe. Basically, like we have like 25+ super stockies, and we have 200+ distributors across India. And we are also a pan-India company where we present throughout India, like pretty much all 28 states are covered. And you can see that we are also covered in 15 other countries. Like more than being a pan-India company, we also provide supply our products throughout the globe. Yeah. And this is the basic growth of Accurex, how it started and where it is currently. So in 1984, like Accurex was started by our previous managing director, Mr. Anil Thakur. And then in 1990, we launched first Indian company to launch urine strips. And in 1988, we launched enzymatic reagents. And in 2006, we launched biochemistry instruments. And in 2013, we started working, and we started launching fully automated instruments like 𝗓𝗏, etc. And in 2015, we started working on this point of care launch also, like what I have shown in my previous slide. And in 2016, we have extended our factory, the Boisar factory, and multiple production started there. And in 2021, we started this new AMTZ based Andhra Pradesh MedTech zone based factory for glucose strip production. And in 2022, like we have achieved 50 crore milestone, and it keeps on going. In 2023 and 24, we are planning to reach 100 crore and 600 crore milestones as well. So with this, I just wanted to touch base on this diabetic market because my plan is to pitch in the glucometer here. So like you can see from this graph that from starting from 2021 to 2030, how this diabetic market is going on. So like India has become, we already know that we are the second highest populated country and going to be first very soon. And with this, like our diabetes, is also getting higher. The rate of diabetic patient is also getting higher. So it is very important for us to have diabetic care. So like they say, like prevention is better than cure. It is not like you get diabetic and then you start testing it. It is better to test it like frequently so that you will know like what is going on, because being diabetic is a genetical disease. Like it is always better to test it before also. And even after getting diabetic also, it is so very important to keep on tracking the diabetic things. So with this, we wanted to introduce this product called Xpress Gluco Plus, which we have launched recently in Accurex. And so this is the meter. So we have launched like uh, like market compatible, like a beautiful meter, and which has a strips inserting slot at the top, and we have a beautiful large LED display so that even an old person can easily, look their value and come to a conclusion whether he's non-diabetic or diabetic, etc. And we have like iPhone like buttons, like with aesthetics will also look really good. And we have one more button for setting button. We can pretty much tune the date, time, etc. And so we also have a kit launched for the same. So either like a customer can buy strips alone, which comes with the meter, or we can also offer kits like B2C based selling. So that kit comes with a meter, battery, 10 test strips, and one lancing device, 10 lancets, and beautiful pouch to store it. So this is the kit. And then these are the specifications. Like every other glucose biosensor in the world, like most of the glucose biosensors in the world, our system is also electrochemical biosensor, because electrochemistry is highly specific and highly accurate, so that the result will be 97, above 97% accurate. And the battery life is also huge. We can do up to 1,000 testings, and we have a wide range of hematocrit testing, because starting from 15 to 65, this covers pretty much like every population in the globe, with a different people with different hematocrit range. And our measuring unit is something which is good. Like currently most of the glucometer in India that comes with only, it displays result only in milligram per deciliter. Our system can also show in millimole per liter, which will be used for other countries in the globe also. And the sample volume is very less. Like we can use samples as less as 0.5 microliter. That should be sufficient for our system to detect the concentration of the glucose. So the sample is whole blood, so we can directly drop, we can drop the blood. And then the shelf life of the strip is 24 months, and in open vial condition it is 180 days. So other meters comes with 3 months, so ours is like 6 months. And we have a two available pack sizes, that is 50 and 100. And we have a broad range of result range, starting from super hypoglycemic to super hyperglycemic condition. And the test time is also very less, like within 5 seconds you will get the result. And it has a memory to store up to 1,000 test results. And the operating temperature is also very huge, like starting from like a variety of countries, like starts are countries with 2 degrees Celsius, from countries with 50 degrees, like we can use it. Like it is very compatible. And storage condition is also not complicated. It is just room temperature storage. So this is the main display panel that we have. Like it is not just a glucometer that displays the glucose and then the patient will close it. So like now the technology is developing, and the current generation wants like unique selling point also. Like basically, like they wanted some extra features and functions, so that they start buying it and then they start using it, and that will basically help them. So in our system, it also, kind of shows the temperature. Whenever your environmental temperature is higher than your operational temperature, and then the system will show the signal in that particular place where it is marked here. And then whenever you are testing it with control solution, it can find between control solution that you're adding or blood you are adding. So that way it will show the control solution bottle symbol. And like other meters has, like it will show like a drop blood symbol with strip. And whenever the battery is low, we have a separate marking in the LED display for showing the battery level also. And the most important thing is average. So basically our system, I will explain about this in my next slides. So averages, I mean blood glucose, I mean daily averages can also be displayed. And we also have a memory recall button. So whenever you are recalling the memory for, the previous measurements that you have done, that can also be done. So our results can be displayed both in milligram per deciliter as well as millimole per liter. And we have a trend indicator also, what we have seen in this image. Like blue is for like low glucose, like less than 80 milligram per deciliter. And when it is green, like you are in a normal stage, you are non-diabetic. So it like 80 to 120 milligram, 130 milligram per deciliter, it will show in green. Above 130, it will show in red. So the arrow will shift towards the right or left, depending upon the concentration of the glucose. So apart from that, we also have like date and time indicator. So each and every time when the patient or a person takes his glucose concentration level, I mean measures his glucose concentration level, it will be like the data will be stored according to the date and time. So we also have like user indication whenever like the symbol EB will come when the battery is, I mean, we have to replace the battery. This is something like most of the meters in the current market doesn't have. That is why we just wanted to focus on these points. And when it shows like EU, it means that you have already used this strip and then the used strip has been used again. So in that case, the system will automatically detect it and then inform, I mean, display it in the display. And when it shows ET, which means the temperature of the measurement temperature is higher than the operating temperature. So this is another user indication that the meter can show. So these are the unique features, like what I said, like what I wanted to explain in my previous slide. Like, see, this is a glucometer, but for example, if a person with diabetic was advised by a doctor to test every day, so he will be measuring his diabetic value every day. So for such result, this first point will be really useful. So like he can take an average for 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 and 90 days. So 90 is nothing but it is, like a average glucose data for that particular person in 90 days. This is like kind of mimics the value of HbA1c, but though it is a value of glycated hemoglobin, but in case of direct glucose measurement, this average will be really useful for someone who is using it. And it can also signal when the measuring temperature is above operational temperature, which I have already explained. And we can store up to 1,000 data, like unless other like, the cost effective meter that comes, but the quality which has poor quality, like their storage data is very less. And the system also has a clear trend indicator, like a colored trend indicator, like it will clearly tell like even old person starting from a young age, I mean, starting from like very young to old age person, they can easily identify and tell that, I mean, by seeing itself, they can come to a conclusion that either we are hyper or hypoglycemic. And the result can also be displayed in both units like milligram per deciliter and millimole per liter. So with this, we are not going to stop with glucometer alone. We also wanted to go for, I mean, our future projects. Currently, we have started working on continuous glucose monitors also. Like this, like you can see from the graph that the continuous glucose monitor market from 2020 to 2030 is going like from 4 billion, it is reaching up to 10 billion. This result is alone in United States. Throughout the globe, it is touching somewhere else. And we can see the same, like what is like the bottom graph shows you the comparison between like self glucose monitoring device that we have introduced recently and the continuous glucose monitoring. So like the moment the self glucose monitoring market increases, along with that the CGM market is also getting increased. So our next future product is a HbA1c meter. So we do have a US FDA approved meter. This is our own meter. And but we also wanted to develop our own in-house manufactured HbA1c meter, which we are working on. And the market for different countries from the graph that I have shown in the right side is clearly indicating that how good the HbA1c market is increasing. So this is, I mean, this HbA1c and blood glucometer is, like parallelly used on for both different conditions. So with this, like we have our state-of-the-art factory in AMTZ Andhra Pradesh MedTech zone, and I have given the link for the location also. And this is the middle one is the building where our office is situated. It is a ultra modern hi-fi, like fully, like we feel like we are in a different country, like we are in some high-tech office. So we are also maintaining the same quality in our factory also. And right side is the last image that I have shown is Andhra Pradesh MedTech zone, where this building and our factory is located. So we have also recently launched our product, and the product was launched by Dr. Rajiv Bahal. He is the Director General for Indian Council for Medical Research, and Dr. Jitendra Sharma, MD and CEO for Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone, and our Managing Director, Mr. 𝗵𝗡𝗃𝗃, was also there. And Mr. Rajiv Bahal has congratulated us, and he also wanted us to develop like more products like this. And he was more interested in our glucometer as well as our HbA1c meter. So it was published in Medica Buyer as well as Voice of Healthcare. So with this, I just wanted to conclude the presentation with what we are expecting from Index and the members who are taking part in this meeting. So we are open for distributors. Like we wanted to include as many distributors as possible. So though we are a pan-India company, like we wanted to, touch base with every possible village in India so that every diagnosis happens accurately as well as fast. So we are also open for investors and stakeholders for our upcoming projects of hemoglobin and continuous glucose monitoring. And we also wanted the Index team to promote our Xpress Gluco Plus in government tenders. So these are our customers. We have like customers from like various fields, Dr. Lal Path Lab, Chipla, like many Abboard, everybody, the Chipla, everyone is our customer. And these are our certifications. We have ISO 13485 certificate for our factory, all our factories, and we have ISO 9001 and CE marking. And moreover, we also have manufacturing license. We all got the new. I mean, all our factories and manufacturing. We got the manufacturing license as per the new MDR medical device regulation rule. And with this, I would like to thank everyone. Thanks CCAMP-InDx team for providing us this opportunity to pitch in about Accurex as well as about our Xpress Gluco Plus product. Thank you very much. Thank you, all.
Thanks, Dr. Shankar. A very compact pitch on Accurex, and truth be told, I was not aware that we have a 30-year-old company with such a large portfolio of products and so much development happening. Firstly, I will just quickly address the three things that you said that you expect from INDX. And the first thing that you expected from INDX is the distribution. And see, at CCAMP-InDx, within our cohort, we have always encouraged people to work as a network rather than look at everyone working, on their own and in their own independence. In that sense, I would urge you. I will take up your request and say that please, if we take a look at the entire portfolio of products that Accurex has, and if you see that you are offering some kind of an ancillary product, for example, if you are offering a molecular biology based reagent or a molecular biology based test that can be used in conjunction with any of these products, I would urge you to explore the possibility of distributing Accurex products along with your product. Because, wherever, say you have a urine based test, or you have a blood based test, or you have a test that is somehow linked to diabetes, then it would be good for you to say that, look, not only will we give you this molecular biology test, but we have a tie-up or a distribution agreement with Accurex, and we can actually give you their instrument or their particular device, their particular test. That's one way to do it. The other way also is, Dr. Shankar, I would urge you to consider, are there any products in the markets which you are already serving, which you would like to get from any of our cohort members, and consider some kind of a cross collaboration where you can actually take up some of the products. I'm sure there are multiple products that go to the exact same customers which you do not have currently that our cohort members may have. So while you register, I think you're already registered on the site. Please do have a discussion with us, and we can actually explore any other possibilities for Accurex to actually take up these products for distribution as OEM. If you want anyone to OEM these for you, that is something that we are very, very open to playing a middle role. and both ensuring that this kind of tie-up happens. But if you need any extra validation, that is something that CCAMP-InDx can do for you before you take up the distribution of such products. Number two is what you talked about was the possibility of investments and stakeholders. Again, here I will ask Richard to communicate with you, but there are multiple opportunities for members of the cohort to come forward and pitch their companies specifically with the focus on investment or investment in either projects or investment in your company itself. That is where you are looking for investments and stakeholders. That is something that's possible through various programs that are both local, national, global in nature even. And I will definitely make sure that you are put on that list of contacts so that you receive periodic information on some of the opportunities for you to come and pitch your company and seek investments. The third thing that you mentioned, which was tenders, is extremely important. Now, that is where I think that going forward, and this is to the entire cohort, going forward, registering your companies alone will not be enough. Register your products. We are establishing global as well as national partnerships with various stakeholders, probably state governments, health departments, ministries, PSUs, anybody who is procuring. So, and we will provide a link, we will provide a space there where you can link to the GEM portal also, so that you should be able to actually get both an assessment of the tenders available, and we'll be happy to kind of post all of your products with all of the specifications on our portal. Dr. Shankar, please do explore the hundreds of products that you talked about. Just designate one person from within your team to work with our outreach team, and we will be able to actually take this forward and register all your products on the portal so that they will get visibility both nationally as well as going forward globally. So those are the three things. Lastly, I would also, in addition to the three things you mentioned, fourth thing that I would urge you is that in the process of procurement of various sourcing requirements that you may have, starting with membranes, starting with reagents, starting with antigen antibodies, any of electronics, any of the things that you have, if you share your requirement that this is what we are looking for, this is the price we are trying to reduce, or this is what we would like a local supplier for, please share that information with us so that we can quickly cast a wide net amongst our own members, and then possibly get you a couple of options that can actually make your sourcing easier, but also more affordable quite often. That is what I had to say. Dr. Mithali had a question for you. I'll give it to Dr. Mithali.
Yeah,
so
hello.
One second. I'll just quickly answer Mr. Lalit's question, or his comments. We can certainly do that, Mr. Lalit. I'll ask my marketing team to basically upload like what you said. We have already registered our company with CCAMP-InDx website, and we will also add all our product, whatever products that we have in the portal. And we will certainly look forward. We will also keep in touch with the CCAMP-InDx team, and we will take it forward from there.
Dr. Mithali, you had a question.
Thanks, Dr. Shankar Narayan. So yes, I think great to know about the journey and the contributions that Accurex has made. So my questions are pertaining to the products that you just walked us through. So often in these, sometimes these are the experiences to share, that there are some variability in the readouts when you take, say, multiple reading, even at the same time or slightly different times. So I just wanted your thoughts on how you are managing this. Is there any kind of insight into it, and how accurate it is when you compare to a gold standard test for glucose or HbA1C?
So so you wanted me to address only with this glucometer, or the various products that we have?
No, anything, any example, maybe glucometer as an example.
See, we have done an extensive study, and we have compared our results with multiple products in the market. And we are proud to tell that compared to them, our systems are so accurate. I mean, we are not I don't mean to tell it is gold standard, because gold standard means it is like, 99.9% accurate. But, as per the compliance, for example, I'll speak about the glucometer itself where I'm working. So as for glucometer, there is a separate ISO 15197. So if you comply to that, then like our product is considered to be accurate. We have also sent our glucometer and strips to, national biological laboratories, and they have certified us to be ISO 15197 compliant. So like whatever the product requirement, compliance requirement is needed, we have already addressed that. So with that, we are telling that we are accurate.
Okay, so how does it compare with the glucose patch? Like, because now there's this new thing as a glucose, so
CGM, right?
Yeah.
CGM, one thing is CGM is super popular in Western countries, not in India, which we have to make sure that it is getting popular. Main thing is it is little expensive.
Okay.
So CGM is, the moment you eat, after half an hour, your CGM like graph will go up, because the digestion and assimilation happens, and then but when it comes to a normal glucose strip, it is just a matter of 10 rupees. And now the glucose strip is available in single pack pouch also. So someone like, like a middle class to lower middle class family, it is easy for them to afford in India.
Okay.
So like, but CGM is little expensive. So we just wanted to reduce the cost also.
Okay. Thanks. Maybe those are your next future products, which you will be looking into, right? And bringing the cost down. So
exactly. That is the most important thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. And I got a question in chat also, Mr. Natarajan. He was questioning that 90 days, does it match or different HbA1c? How much? So see, this HbA1c result is different because it is, completely different concept. They are not measuring the amount of glucose. They are calculating the, the amount of glycated hemoglobin that got accumulated in your blood. So like that is different, and this is different. So this particular system will, tell you, for example, I am measuring my glucose value today, tomorrow, and because assume that I am diabetic and I'm measuring my glucose value for the next 90 days. So at the end of 90th day, I can get the average value for day 14, day 30, day 60, day 7, and day 90. So whatever I want, I can choose. So I can see my trend. See, this is my diabetic trend, and after 90 days, this is my average, and whether it went down or went up. So, HbA1c is different, and this is different. And I got one more question also, like, do you manufacture strips and meters in India? Yeah, we do manufacture it. I'm currently sitting and presenting from the factory where a glucose strip and meter manufacturing is going on. And we do have manufacturing license, which complies MDR 2017. We recently got it. And we have a separate manufacturing license for glucometer, which is a class C product. And we have a separate manufacturing license for glucose strips, that is class B product. And we also have ISO 13485 for certificate for this factory.
Perfect.
So,
Any other questions?
Just 2 points from my end. So one was, thanks a lot for this presentation. And so I was just wondering if you do have checked out the chemistry for the chemistry and the feasibility of that chemistry for glycosylated albumin. This gives the glucose control in the body, I believe, of the last 45 days or so. So it's a shorter time period compared to hemoglobin, glycosylated hemoglobin, which is a 3-month control, which shows a 3-month control. So have you looked at that? How useful is that in the current scenario? Because we are associated, or we are at least in touch with one of the companies, startups in Bangalore, from IISc, who's working on this chemistry. I believe I had connected Accurex with them last year, but just wanted to understand how does it work? Like, what's the value of that in the current scenario, Indian scenario? Because India is the diabetes hub of the world.
Okay, to answer your question, as of now, we haven't touch based with glycated albumin at all. Like our primary target is to take this glucometer to the market and work on the R&D for glycated hemoglobin, as well as continuous glucose monitoring. So like as of now, like what you're telling is correct. Like if you can link us with that company, we will see like what are all the possible opportunities to work with them.
Okay, sure. I will reinitiate that conversation. Just wanted to understand how beneficial and in what scenarios, this would be better than over the glycosylated hemoglobin HbA1c monitoring.
Yeah.
So that was one. The other thing is we would also perhaps in one of the later sessions would want to know a little more about your infectious diseases portfolio, if you do have something, because yeah, that we would want to hear a little more on that later. I believe we have your VTM registered with us on our digital platform.
Yeah.
From the product portfolios. The thing is that I believe when we talk about infectious diseases, it comes to our mind that why a glucometer or why is glucose monitoring important? But the way specifically COVID played havoc with with our metabolism, with our with the diabetes prevalent in the Indian population, the way things went completely haywire with COVID stepping in, I think glucose monitoring has become an important part of the whole infectious diseases scenario as well. So the basic metabolism and the basic functioning of the body, monitoring that on a regular basis is critical also when it comes to infectious diseases, because Indian population is already in a pre-diabetic and a diabetic state. So on top of it, when you add the layer of infectious diseases, your steroids or your cortisol, sorry, your internal cortisol, your internal levels of the inflammation, everything is related to each other. So yeah. I think, this is important. So just wanted to bring it back into the, the scope, because Index 2.0 is going to focus on infectious diseases, and glucose monitoring is important here as well. Just wanted to bring up this point. So that's all. If there are no further questions, we'll go on to the next part of the session.
Okay. So thank you, Index team, once again. So
thanks. But please do connect with the core members, because there's a lot of novel tech that's coming up that they can actually use a very good industrial partner like you for. And that's where I think that collaborative effort will make, faster kind of lead to faster results. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Dr.
Yeah, with this, I also wanted to add one more thing. Like we are also open for buying like technologies for the future products that I spoke about.
Absolutely.
Like any company that has a like HbA1c or even a hemoglobin or even, total cholesterol monitoring system or kidney function test, like technologies, we are open for that.
Absolutely. I think, Richa, you should just note that down and immediately kind of start to perpetuate that across the cohort members.
And one more thing, we are also interested in companies like we wanted to bring down the overall cost of the glucometer, like with all the functions that I spoke about. Like just bringing the point down is one thing. I mean, cost down is one thing, but keeping the features as it is and then bringing down is another thing. So I want to choose option 2.
Obviously, yes. Yes. Fantastic. And that's very nice. And thanks for being open about that. I'm sure that we will have multiple queries on that front also.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's one more question for you in the chat. Also, Dr. Shankara, if you could just put up your requirements up on the digital platform, that would also be useful. So we have a section called wants. You could raise your queries, raise your requirements over there, and that would get broadcasted to everyone who's there on the platform. Yeah.
So from my side, I'll do 2 things. One, adding all our products in your web page, as well as like if any technology or any other requirement is there, I'll put it on once.
Great. Yes. Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is one question for you. By any chance, now or in the future, Accurex is going to go for molecular diagnostics?
As of now, I might have to check with our marketing team, because molecular diagnostics is something which is very interesting. But it is also, in other hand, it is also, we need a little complicated to touch, because so far we don't. I'll check with my team and get back to Mr. Senthil.
Perfect.
Thank you, Dr. Shankara. So, yes, Lalit, you're audible.
Yeah. So thanks. That's all. I was just about to thank him and say that we will definitely have more interactions. That's for sure. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Richa, without further ado, just wanted to